Hello and welcome to another episode with your money coach, MoneyFit MD. For those that don't know, I'm MoneyFit MD and I work with women physicians to help them get their financial life organized so they can live a life of purpose. So today we are talking about an important and interesting topic. I know, I say that a lot. Anyways, so another day's gone, another week's gone, another month, another year, and the goals that we have are still waiting to be accomplished, right? We have all those great plans, all those great things we want to do, but what is it about them and us that's making it not done? This is because we love to procrastinate. A lot of us do. And if you follow the numbers on people that have New Year's resolutions, a lot of people don't do them. And part of the reason why is because we procrastinate, right? So if you're alive and you're human, you have procrastinated before. So today we're going to talk about some ways of stopping procrastination. So the thing is this, we don't think about it when we procrastinate, but most times when we're procrastinating, it's because we're usually trying to avoid something. And most times it's feelings. You're trying to avoid fear, you're trying to avoid anger, boredom, the thought and the feeling that you're not good enough. You're trying to avoid something, trust me. And part of this is, so I'll give you an example. You know that you want to look at your finances, you want to call the bank, you want to look at your bills, but today has come and gone and you're still not doing it. And you're like, not today, I'll do it tomorrow. And then it's like tomorrow, and then tomorrow. And now it's December and you still haven't called the bank you were planning on calling in January. If you've ever done that before, welcome, you're in good company. But anyway, so the fact that we acknowledge it, though, doesn't mean we can't fix it. And that's what I want us to work on today so that we become money fit people that are knocking out our goals and doing the things that we set out to do. So in order to do this, I'm going to take you through a couple of steps. This is going to be like a 6-step process that we talk about. So number one is this, you need to own it. So at that moment where the procrastination is happening, a lot of times what ends up happening is it becomes this mindless activity, this mindless thought that comes through our mind, and we don't actually let ourselves sit through it. So for example, I'm supposed to go through my statement today, but instead of doing that, I say, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to scroll Facebook because that stuff, I'm avoiding that feeling of boredom or actually finding mistakes or seeing the things that I've done wrong, right? And I'm just going to keep scrolling on Facebook because, this doesn't judge me at all. This doesn't talk back at me. Anyway, so like I was mentioning, number one is you have to own it. So during that process, I want you to just stop yourself and acknowledge the fact that, okay, I am about to procrastinate right now. Okay. And then number two is ask yourself, why are you procrastinating? Usually it's because we are choosing something else. So why am I, Latifat, trying to procrastinate calling the bank? Then number three is I want you to acknowledge the feelings you have. Oh yeah, it's because I'm trying to avoid that feeling of boredom, that getting a no at the other line, at the other end of the line, that whatever it is I'm trying to avoid, I want to acknowledge it. And then number four is action. I want to do it anyways. So despite my feelings, I'm choosing that I'm going to make that call. Because if you think about it, never in the history of human race has feelings actually killed anybody, right? Feelings are physical. There are things that you feel in your body because of something that you're thinking. So you either can choose to change the thought, or you can choose to feel what you're feeling and do what you need to do anyways. That's how you take actions. You don't let your feelings decide for you what you're going to choose. So for example, if I have this important project like making this video I'm making, right? And I'm feeling like I want to do something else, I tell myself that I show up regardless of how I'm feeling and I do it regardless of what I'm feeling. Action. And before I know it, the video is done. I didn't procrastinate it. And by the end of today, I end up with a bunch of well done, good content filled videos. So that's how you get things done. So action taken. And then next one is set a timer. Set a timer for yourself. And what does this do? You're like, okay, I'm giving myself 1 hour to do this. I have to create this result by the end of this hour. And you show up as a commitment to yourself, and you do it. And the last step is you have a reward system. So if I'm done with this, number one, the fact that I actually have a result, it's good enough to make me feel good. But if that's not good enough, then it's okay to find another result or reward for yourself. So after this, I get to hang out with my kids for the rest of the weekend and not have to do any of this video or recording anymore. That's my reward that I've set for myself. Okay. So just to remind you and go through the steps again, it's important for you to, number one, you want to own it. Own yourself in that moment of procrastination and turn something that's normally mindless into mindful. Okay. Number two is you want to ask yourself, why am I procrastinating? Why am I choosing to procrastinate? And then number three is you want to acknowledge the feelings that you're having that you're trying to avoid. Okay, I'm trying to avoid being sad or being angry or getting a no and feeling deflated. And then the next thing is action. Take the action, either change your thoughts to create a different feeling, or you do it regardless of the feeling that you're feeling. And then the next thing you want to do is set a timer for yourself. And last but not the least is reward yourself. And the reward could be the result you're creating, or could be something else like a glass of wine at the end of the week, or ice cream, or time with family, or time doing something else that I want to do. So that's how you get things done and you stop procrastinating. When I go through the steps seriously, it helps turn an otherwise unproductive day into completely productive. So try it out. Let me know how you do. And again, if you have any questions, you can visit me at www.moneyfitmd.com. Have a fabulous week and rest of the weekend. Bye-bye.